Hi, I'm going to try and teach about Jeppesen charts. What I'll be concentrating on is the Jeppesen approach plate. So what we have here is an approach plate which is published by Airport Authority of India, and this is given as a part of aeronautical information publication. So this is issued by the state, and it contains information which pertains to the regulations, procedures, and other information about the aircraft operation in the country it relates to. So AIP has three sections, which are general, en route, and aerodrome. So what does Jeppesen do? So Jeppesen is a charting company which has been there for about over 80 years, and they basically uh, take the information from government, other vendors, and turn these kind of charts into more user-friendly formats like these. So this is the AIP chart, and this is chart for Delhi, India, ILS Category 1, runway 28. So this looks like this. So I'm going to go straight and explain how to read, or rather what each thing in a Jeppesen approach plate stands for. So this is the chart I have with me, and let's see what each thing stands for. This is Victor India Delta Papa, is ICAO code for Delhi, and Delta Echo Lima is IATA code. Indira Gandhi International is the airport's name. This is the revision date, which is 14 November 2014. This date is always a Friday. So the effective date is usually over here. And this is the chart index. So this is oval, which means this is a normal chart. So if this were a special coverage chart, this part of the oval would be shaded. And the index is, there's a system that is followed for the index. The one refers to the airport's place in the location. For example, Indira Gandhi International is the primary airport in Delhi, so it gets 1, the first digit. If there is any other airport, that may get 2 and 3 and so on. So this is the significance of the first digit. The second digit stands for the type of approach. So usually we want to see all the more precision oriented approaches in the beginning, because when we turn our pages we'll be able to take them out faster, use them and put them back. So 0 is for SIDS stars, 1 is for ILS, 2 is reserved, 3 is VOR, 4 is TECAN, 5 is again reserved, 6 is NDV, 7 is direction finder, 8 is GPS, 9 is VR DME, and RNAV. And this is a normal dash, and 5 alpha. So you might see that Delhi would have more than one ILS approach for the other runways. So there's runway 27, then there's runway 32. So there are other runways too. So the first 2 digits would be the same for an ILS approach on the other runways as well. So this is the number that differentiates the ILS approach for runway 28. So this is the numbering given for the different ILS approach that exists in the same airport. This is the Jeppesen company logo. Delhi, the geographical location name, India, ILS runway 28. So here we have all the communication frequencies in the order we would require them, starting with the ATIS, approach, tower, ground. This is the primary nav aid for the approach, which is localizer India Papa Lima Mike, and this is the course associated with the same approach, 284 degrees. This is the glide slope. Crossing altitude 2140 feet, and in brackets we have the height. This is referenced above the runway threshold, and for minimums refer to this part: airport elevation, runway elevation, safety altitude. So the safety altitude is usually referenced to 25 miles around the navigation facility, which is Delta Papa November. If there were to be a difference, I mean, if it were to be something other than 25 miles, that would be mentioned. If this were to be a minimum sector altitude, we would have the different sectors drawn, and the concerned altitude would be written along that. This is the missed approach procedure, which is to climb straight to 2,600 feet, crossing Delta Papa NDB or 5 DME Delta Papa number. Turn right on heading 345 degrees to intercept radial 316 Delta Papa number. At 10 Delta Papa number, climb to flight level 70 to join Sierra Alpha Mike VR, holding at flight level 70 or as directed. These are the that is the missed approach procedure in words, and this is the altimeter setting in hectopascals. So we have the runway elevation, transition level by ATC, transition altitude is 4,000, and there is a mention that Delhi airport is not to be confused or mistaken for Safdarjung. So Safdarjung is over here. So you could see it on the approach to ILS runway 28 when you're sitting on the right side. You can see the airport go by. So that is what they're saying, to be careful. This is the plan view, and there are a lot of symbols over here. We'll go through them. And this is to scale, but because this chart is printed, there'll be distortion in the scale. So this is in 10 minutes interval, both the latitude and longitude. So let's see what we've got here. So all the runways of the airport would be depicted, and this symbol is for PORDME, which is Delta Papa number identifier, and the frequency, this D stands that this is a VOR DME. There is a DME with the VOR, and this symbol is for TECAN, and this is the middle marker, and these are DME fixes, and this is the outer marker. This is the ILS feather, and the primary nav aid for the approach is shaded. So because this is an ILS approach, this would be shaded. If this were to be a VOR approach, the primary nav aid in that case would be a VOR, so this would be shaded. So is the case for an NDB approach. So for initial approach C11-5, I'm sorry I don't have that chart with me, and the other things on the plan view. So this is the highest obstacle, which is shown with an arrow, and this is a good case. We can see the three kinds of areas. This is a prohibited area, this is a restricted area, and this is a danger area. So we have got these three areas around the airport, and the missed approach is indicated by dashes.